If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed.
Oh
I
yeah.
couldn't wait to get back to Nico's
Welcome
apartment
to
and check it out.
episode past 7. As you can see, I just picked up the manuscript that was doing my head in so much in the last part, and now we're back safely in Nico's apartment.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
Let's see what's gonna happen.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the U-Boo.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive. But the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found.
Didn't really hear too much of that, music was too loud. Oh well. No subtitles either.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping. Think about it, Josh. One guy's already died for it, as you said yourself. Besides, that parchment is fragile.
Okay, I'm convinced. You keep hold of it.
Briefcase?
I found Plantar's briefcase in the killer's hotel room. It was empty, of course.
Alright. Clown.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was
I don't know.
Delota,
Do we
the
need to
millionaire
hear this?
pharmaceutical baron. He made his
I'm gonna skip it. If you don't mind.
No,
La la
the
la
only
la
way-
la 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 la. Take a look at my ID pass.
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID. Thomas Merlin of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
This thing?
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue, a name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir.
Some more.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
I suppose you didn't really look at it properly, do we?
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I was thinking
I
Indiana
know a
Jones
guy
and
who
picked the thing up.
specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the
I
Krone
better still give
Museum.
him glasses.
I'll give you the address.
He's a professor, he must have glasses. Alright, woman with a mirror?
There's a woman looking at her
Okay.
reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall," wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid, Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either.
Knight with a crystal ball.
A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinum mea lux.
I think lux means light.
By
doesn't it?
my teachings, you will see the light.
Guess I was right.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy.
I studied law once. Didn't go very
Through my
well.
teachings,
I think I
you
broke
will be
records for
enlightened.
suckiness. And attendance.
There's a guy working on a loom.
Poor attendance.
He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover. It's a clue
it's
to
all
a
right.
place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels.
It beats copper boxes.
There's a guy with a
I
sword
never have to
and
figure
a
out these
bull.
places out.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
It's a Crash Bandicoot crystal. Alright, well I've got the name of a professor dude. I think that'll probably be everything.
Maybe I'll check out the Kroon Museum.
I'm sure you'll find it useful, George.
Kroon. The Kroon Museum. That's how I roll. And a sort of little I'm leaving Nico's apartment theme tune playing in again. Alright. Let's go to this museum then. Museum. Musi Kroon. You're gonna make me walk there. I'm that lazy that one extra click annoys me. Alicia doesn't look like a professor.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Are you Lobineau?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking
Just like a
me
security
for
guard, isn't it?
him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobineau does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Alright. You know anything about manuscript?
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform,
right.
I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume
Swish,
I
got
am
him.
an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar, not like Monsieur Lobineau.
Do you know anything at all?
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
Nice.
Thanks
I
for your help.
get the feeling he's going to be another character who's just not going to help. Let's have a look around. I mean, the most obvious thing is this. Which is a tripod.
In the case was a
I'm pretty sure it was on the
tripod,
manuscript with the Crash Bandicoot
blackened
crystal on
with
top,
age
right?
And pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod picture
Oh,
on
yeah.
the manuscript.
Well, what else
A
would it be,
notice
really?
identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marn at the site of a Knights Templar
I've heard of
preceptory.
it.
Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
Ireland!
I'm sorry, I was excited.
Alright. What am I supposed to do? That? Can I go to Ireland?
The statue didn't deserve to be mauled
Can you
by a
travel on
Philistine
this?
like me.
Watch out! You will have that done on top of us!
I don't want to push it. Just look at it.
The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
Ooh, cogs. I can do stuff to it.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
I really thought about it when he said closet. That's got to come into play later on, surely. Pretty much everything with a cog does something.
The tripod was definitely the one on the manuscript.
Alright, so
The Templar connection confirmed it. I was tempted to go to Ireland.
yeah, let's go to
check it
Ireland.
out.
Go to Ireland. No way. I don't know. Even when he said I was tempted to go to Ireland, I still didn't think it was going to happen for some reason. Bam! To the Riverdale. King Allen from Riverdale. Love Guinness.
Several hours later, I arrived in Ireland, the Emerald Isle.
Cool.
I'd been
I
lucky
just
to
thought
get
it
a
would
bus
be
from
in
Dublin to the tiny village of
France, if not
Lochmarne.
Paris, the whole time.
On the way
That's
out, the
pretty
driver
sweet.
told me there was only one service a day.
Alright, I think this is a good place to leave it, in a whole new country. And a country I very much like, actually. So, yeah, please join me for the next part, when I begin an Irish adventure. Thank you for joining me for this one, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.